Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Alhamdulillah. I just take a little night stroll, get some air in my lungs, But I thought I'd, chime in and, say a few things, talk a couple of minutes, just this quarantine thing, this pandemic demonstration is it's a little irksome, you know what I'm saying? It's a little irksome. I get tired of being cooped up in the house all the time, dealing with electronics and a lot of thoughts in my head, Do a lot of reading and writing, communicating on Facebook and other, social media platforms, resonating, understanding, things I've learned over the years, things that, and even some of the things I'm studying now, it's extraordinary. There's some extraordinary, powerful stuff going on, as it relates to us, the Islamic, the North American Islamic movement, right? It's really extraordinary. And it's just too bad that a lot of folks are not, on precisely what's going on, It's too bad. It's just too bad people are ignoring the Prophet Noble Ali alayhi wasallam and what he brought to us, right? Whew. I've been studying this process since 1975, right? And when you really learn it, when you really understand it, can't nothing touch it. Can't nothing touch it. You understand? And I guarantee you, right? You cause people to understand what you're talking about in other paths and organizations and everything. They're going to be shocked. They're going to be shocked. And that's why those of us who really know more science, we have to be careful. Be careful about what we say and do and how we say and do what we say. You understand, in this process. Because, a lot of people can't handle the truth. Okay? A lot of people can't handle the truth. And what I'm telling you, I can go to a bunch of books and use them as references and everything, but it's just best to talk plainly and openly, about what the deal is. But I'm telling you, as I've been saying since I really started teaching, 1987. 1987, I was in the Moore Science Temple for 12 years. That's when I really started understanding it. It took you about 12 years or so, 12 or 18 years or so, to really get it. I'm serious. To really understand that we had a prophet come to us and that somebody's lying as it relates to the long line of prophets, right? Because it said that the long line of prophets was closed, right? It's really extraordinary when you get into it and you really understand it and you start seeing some things, right? You start seeing some things. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Oh, they're going to hear about their judgment. Whew, really? These are kind of things you're going to experience when you really come into the knowledge of truth. Oh, wow. Even things you've been studying years ago, some blanks you've been having about years ago, you're going to fill in those blanks. When you start studying, you say, oh, that's what it's about. Oh, wow. You know what? I always knew that, but I just couldn't prove it. I just couldn't understand it properly, Turn the light here. Get some lighting. I'm on Baltimore Street, I'm just taking a stroll, get some fresh air, get some air in my lungs, get the old circulation going, But that's what I want to tell you. Study more science. I recommend everybody that approach me about, becoming Muslim, learning al-Islam, I highly, right? I highly recommend them to come up through the More Science Temple of America first. Okay. And stay in contact with brothers like me who understand, the revealed way since post 1978 More Science, the resurrection light. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. And a lot of our brothers, it was ordained, it's prophesied. It's a prophesized process, a set of information that was promised by the Prophet Noble Wasallam to be revealed, in a 50-year period. It's in the first paragraph of the general laws as said by the Prophet of the Moorish liturgical article, right? We talk about the supreme laws will be handed you later. Then some brothers will try to trick you, right? Some disobedient to rebels will say, well, no, the Prophet was talking about the minutes on the first annual Moorish convention. He was talking about the minutes of the meeting. Yes, those are the minutes, but check this out. What's in the Moorish literature pamphlet is what's called canonized, right? It's a standard set of literature that is accepted and considered legally to be used by everybody. It's a standardized literary format for everybody from that point on, right? It is an edited, standardized literary format for everybody, right? And that's what the Moorish literature pamphlet is, right? The Moorish literature pamphlet is a series of articles that were published in the Moorish Guide. But there's a particular set of information, right, that's standardized. What they call that canonized, right? That's what the Moorish, the general laws are said by the Prophet, Tuesday, October 17, 1928. That is a canonized, a standardized, legal, unchangeable format. And don't let those rebels, these hard-heads, they're gonna hear about it on Day of Judgment. And they, if things go right, they're gonna hear about it down here too. This is serious. And a lot of brothers, they too soft for the resurrection. Al-Qiyamah. The man said, if I draw, you cut. And it's not only, the sword has two edges, right? It has two edges. Like the mind and tongue of Jesus Christ, Jesus spoke in parables. The record said that Jesus had a sword that proceeded from his mouth, a sharp two-edged sword that proceeded from his mouth. It has a cerebral edge, and then it has a corporean edge, a corporal edge, a physical edge, you know what I'm saying? The sword, there's a pen, and then you have a sword, So,
how many brains?
The sword is mentioned, a sidearm is mentioned. A lot of these brothers, they don't want to deal with the resurrection because they're too soft. I'm telling you like it is. Got brothers out of the resurrection faction and don't mention the resurrection book. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? I've been saying it for years. I'm not saying stuff because what I think is perhaps the truth. You have to look for patternizations. You have to look for reoccurring phenomena when you're researching everything. When stuff starts matching up, when concepts and thematics, you understand, start matching up. That's the truth, right? When all the numbers start to match, right? When all things start making sense and point to the same conclusion. See, that's the truth. That's holy bread. And I'm telling you, what I know. I'm telling you this, what I've witnessed, what I've learned, what I've found out. What I have discovered. The resurrection is a reformist. It's a reformist group within. It's a reformist/revolutionary group within the More Science Temple of America. See, and these brothers in the resurrection faction, the soft ones, see, they know that. See, that's why they don't want to deal with it. See, but they're gonna get punished for that. See, they're gonna get punished for that. As a matter of fact, every time you disobey the prophet, you curse yourself. Every time you disobey God, by way of his prophet, you curse yourself. Right? A lot of our brothers and sisters, right, that don't believe nothing, don't stand for nothing, right? They curse. And it's really not too much we can do about it. What they say, curses that he that hangeth on the tree. That's real. You know, they don't believe in nothing, they don't stand for nothing, they want to hold on to this post-plantationistic lifestyle and everything. You know what, they don't have no traditions, they don't have no knowledge of self and everything. A lot of them don't want knowledge of self, don't want to, live a good life, live a good, decent life. These folks are cursed. And, we can't save them. The wrath of Allah is on them. Right? That's what I want to tell you, okay? Brothers and sisters, have a good night. May Allah Ta'ala bless you and keep you, protect you by day and by night, through His holy prophet, noble Drawley, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the wonderful, merciful, and kind prophets that are the merciful and kind God Allah sent to this world to uplift all humanity. Okay? Amen.